this week's episode of History Highlights with me, Jody Shear. This week, we're going to be talking about the pre-revolution contributions of Benjamin Franklin. Now, when you hear the name Benjamin Franklin, what may come to your mind is his famous kite flying experiment for electricity. But that's not all the contributions Ben made. Ben was a man involved in many things, from politics to community health. He was even an inventor. Heck, he was even involved in the printing industry. Ben started his working career helping his brother in the printing industry. He was his brother's apprentice. Even when Ben ran away to Philadelphia in 1723, he stayed in the printing business as an apprentice. He later opened up his own printing shop, along with a bookstore and a shop his wife ran. Ben loved to write, but he never put articles under his name. So every time he wrote an article and published it in the newspaper, he would have an alias. His first alias was a woman named Silence Dogood. She wrote about women's rights. In 1729, Ben bought the Pennsylvania Gazette. That was a big deal because the Pennsylvania Gazette was the first newspaper to publish events on the colonies instead of England. Ben not only printed, but he also contributed pieces to the newspaper. But even still, Ben never wrote under his name. He always used an alias. Ben also published the Poor Man's Almanac in 1733. Ben published the almanac under an alias of a man named Richard Saunders. Richard was a man who was poor and needed money to care for his sick wife. Many of the phrases associated with Ben, such as "a penny saved is a penny earned," were originated from the almanac. Ben retired from the paper company in 1749 to devote his time to his inventions. He invented many things such as bifocals, the glass harmonica, and swimming flippers. In the early 1750s, he studied electricity by using a kite, a key, and lightning. He became world famous for this experiment. The first invention, though, in 1749, was the heat-efficient stove. The stove contributed to the community and contributed to his love for helping the community. The stove was made to be better for the people to heat their houses. Ben did lots for the community. From the 1730s to the 1750s, he did so much for the community. He helped launch projects to clean, light, and pave the streets. He helped launch the first library company in 1731. In 1743, he helped launch the American Physiological Society. In 1751, he formed the Pennsylvania Hospital. And believe it or not, these three institutions are still around today. After Ben was done with that, he went to England in 1757 as the representative in the fight with the Penn family over who controlled the colony. When Ben came home to the colonies, he was elected the Second Continental Congress and worked on the committee of 5 that helped draft the Declaration of Independence. After the Revolution and independence, he moved to France as an ambassador to the courts. That will conclude this week's episode of History Highlights. Thanks for watching!